Have you ever noticed how it's getting harder to open a jar, or how climbing a few steps leaves you more tired than it used to? Maybe you brush it off as just getting older, something everyone has to face. But what if I told you that the weakness you feel in your muscles isn't simply because of age or lack of movement? What if the breakfast you've been eating every morning is quietly making those muscles weaker without you even realizing it? Muscle strength is more than just about being able to lift things. It's about staying independent, keeping your balance, and enjoying life without fear of falling or losing your freedom. Yet, many seniors don't realize that certain common breakfast foods, the ones we often reach for out of habit or comfort, might be doing more harm than good. It's one of those small things that seems harmless, but over time, it adds up in ways we don't expect. In this video, I'll share the 5 most common breakfasts that seniors unknowingly eat that secretly weaken their muscles. By the end, you'll discover simple changes you can make to protect your strength and feel more energetic each day. Think of this as a gentle wake-up call, a chance to nourish your body smarter, not harder, and reclaim the vitality that you deserve. If you are not subscribed, subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. 1. Pastries and muffins. Many mornings, you might find yourself reaching for that flaky croissant or a soft, sweet muffin as a quick breakfast. Maybe it's a comforting habit, something you've enjoyed for years. Fresh pastries from the bakery or even those pre-packaged muffins that seem like a harmless treat. It's easy to see them as simple pleasures, little moments of sweetness that help start the day. After all, who doesn't love the smell of freshly baked goods or the soft crumb of a blueberry muffin paired with a warm cup of coffee? For many seniors, pastries are more than just food. They are memories, a connection to family breakfasts, weekend treats, or little rewards after a long week. But here's the thing. Have you ever stopped to wonder if those pastries and muffins might be quietly working against your muscle strength? It's not a question most of us think about. We tend to assume that muscle loss and weakness just come with age or maybe lack of exercise. But what if the very breakfast you enjoy every morning is secretly making your muscles weaker? What if that sweet muffin isn't just a harmless treat, but something that could be stealing your strength bit by bit? This idea might feel surprising or even unfair. Pastries feel so comforting and natural, so how could they be harming you? The truth is, it comes down to what's inside those pastries and muffins, and how they affect your body, especially as you grow older. Most store-bought or bakery pastries are packed with refined flour and sugars. These ingredients might taste good and make those baked goods light and fluffy, but they can have a hidden dark side. Refined flour and sugar act almost like quick-burning fuel in your body. They spike your blood sugar rapidly but then cause a sudden drop. This roller coaster effect can increase inflammation throughout your body, including your muscles. Inflammation is a natural response your body uses to fight off injury or illness, but chronic inflammation, the kind caused by poor diet and aging, can lead to muscle breakdown. When inflammation becomes persistent, it slows down your muscles' ability to repair and grow stronger. That's why eating pastries regularly may speed up muscle weakness rather than prevent it. Another part of the problem is that pastries are usually low in protein. Protein is the building block of muscles, essential for maintaining muscle mass and strength. When you start your day with a sugary, carb-heavy breakfast but little protein, your muscles aren't getting the fuel they need to stay strong and healthy. Over time, this imbalance can lead to what doctors call sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass common in seniors. So, it's not just about getting old or not moving enough. What you eat, especially for breakfast, the meal that fuels your entire day, plays a major role in keeping your muscles strong and functional. But here's the good news. You don't have to give up breakfast treats entirely or make drastic, overwhelming changes. Small, simple swaps can make a huge difference without making you feel deprived. Instead of a sugary muffin or croissant, try reaching for whole grain toast topped with natural peanut butter or almond butter. These options give you complex carbohydrates that release energy slowly and protein to support your muscles. Pair that with a piece of fresh fruit, like an apple or some berries, for natural sweetness and fiber to keep you feeling full. If you crave that muffin texture and flavor, consider making your own at home with recipes designed for muscle health, using whole grains, less sugar, and adding ingredients like Greek yogurt or nuts for protein. This way, you keep the pleasure of a soft breakfast treat but with nutrition that supports your strength. Let me share a quick story. My friend Linda, who's 72, used to have pastries almost every morning with her coffee. She loved them. It was her little joy before starting the day. But over time, she noticed she was feeling more tired and weak, especially in her legs. She struggled to keep up with her morning walks, and even simple chores became harder. When she learned about the effect of pastries on muscle health, she decided to try something different. She started swapping her muffin for whole grain toast with peanut butter and added a boiled egg on the side. Within a few weeks, she felt more energetic, noticed her muscles didn't tire as quickly, and even regained confidence in walking longer distances. It wasn't a dramatic overhaul, just a gentle change she could stick with, and it made a big difference. Remember, changing habits doesn't have to mean giving up what you love. It means learning new ways to enjoy food that nourishes your body better, especially as you age. Your muscles are the foundation of your independence. They help you get out of bed, carry groceries, play with grandkids, and live life on your terms. Protecting them starts with choices as simple as what you eat for breakfast. So next time you reach for that pastry, take a moment to think about how it's fueling your day and your muscles. Small changes can add up to big gains in strength and vitality. You deserve breakfasts that delight your taste buds and support your health. You have the power to make these choices every morning, one bite at a time. And that's a beautiful step toward feeling stronger, more energized, and ready to enjoy all the moments life has to offer. 2. Sugary cereals. There's something nostalgic about pouring a bowl of cereal in the morning. The gentle clink of the spoon, the cold milk, the crunch, it's comforting, familiar, and for many of us, it brings back memories of simpler times. Maybe it was your children's favorite breakfast when they were growing up. Maybe it's something you've continued to enjoy because it's quick, easy, and satisfying. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. But here's something that most people don't stop to think about. What if that innocent bowl of cereal, especially the sweet, colorful ones, was doing silent harm to your muscles? Not just your waistline or your blood sugar, but your muscle strength itself? It sounds surprising, right? After all, cereal is marketed as part of a balanced breakfast. We see smiling families, heart symbols on the box, and even added vitamins. But the truth is, many popular cereals, especially the sugary, heavily processed ones, can seriously undermine your muscle health, particularly as you age. Let's talk about why. Many cereals found on store shelves contain high amounts of refined sugar and simple carbohydrates. These are quickly digested by the body and cause a rapid spike in blood sugar. That sounds harmless until you realize what happens next. Your blood sugar crashes. This up and down pattern not only saps your energy and focus but also fuels chronic inflammation in the body. Over time, this low-level inflammation contributes to the breakdown of muscle tissue. And that's not all. Sugary cereals are typically low in protein, which is essential for preserving and rebuilding muscle. Protein is like the bricks and mortar your body needs every day to keep your muscles strong. Without it, especially first thing in the morning after an overnight fast, your body may start breaking down muscle to meet its needs. This is especially true for seniors, whose ability to build and retain muscle naturally declines with age. You might be thinking, but the box says, fortified with vitamins, or whole grain. Isn't that good enough? Not quite. While some cereals do have added nutrients, they often come in very small amounts, and they can't make up for the huge quantities of added sugar, which in some cases are equivalent to eating dessert first thing in the morning. Some cereals contain 12 to 18 grams of sugar per serving, and most people pour more than just one serving into their bowl. It's like starting your day with a candy bar and hoping the vitamins sprinkled in will somehow cancel it out. Here's a better question. What does your body need in the morning? After sleeping for 6 to 8 hours, your muscles are in a fast state. They're hungry for protein, healthy fats, and complex carbohydrates, fuel that supports strength, balance, and energy throughout the day. But when your breakfast is mostly sugar and starch, your muscles are essentially left starving while your body battles the consequences of a sugar overload. So what's the solution? How can you replace your sugary cereal habit without giving up the convenience and comfort? Start by reading the labels. Look for cereals with less than 6 grams of sugar per serving and at least 8 to 10 grams of protein. Better yet, skip the boxed cereals entirely and build a high-protein, fiber-rich breakfast from simple ingredients you already have. Here are a few gentle, everyday swaps you can try. Oatmeal made from old-fashioned or steel-cut oats, topped with chopped nuts, cinnamon, and a few berries. You get fiber, protein, and slow-burning energy without the sugar crash. Greek yogurt with a small handful of granola, check for low-sugar brands, and sliced fruit. Greek yogurt is high in protein and calcium, great for both muscles and bones. Eggs, boiled, scrambled, or as a quick omelet, paired with a slice of whole grain toast or avocado. Even a protein smoothie made with unsweetened almond milk, spinach, a banana, and a scoop of protein powder can be a fast, satisfying option. Now, let me tell you about John. John is 75 and used to start every morning with a big bowl of honey-frosted cereal. It was his routine. He thought it gave him energy, and it tasted good. But he started noticing that he couldn't walk as far on his morning strolls. His legs felt shaky, and sometimes just standing up from the couch felt like a chore. After speaking to his doctor and a dietitian, he realized that his breakfast was loaded with sugar and had barely any protein. He made a simple switch: oatmeal with almonds and a boiled egg on the side. It didn't happen overnight, but within a few weeks, John noticed he had more energy in the mornings, and his legs didn't feel as weak. He still enjoys the occasional sweet treat, but now, he starts his day with something that truly feeds his strength. The key takeaway here is this: your breakfast either works with your body, or against it. And sugary cereals, no matter how convenient or nostalgic they may be, often fall into the second category. But you are not powerless. Every morning is a new opportunity to nourish your body in a way that honors your strength, your journey, and your future. Even small changes can bring back that sense of vitality, of independence, of confidence in your own body again. And isn't that what we all want as we age? Not just to live longer, but to feel strong and steady, to keep doing the things we love, and to stay active in our families and communities. You don't have to give up everything you love. You just have to choose with awareness. Your muscles are listening to every bite, especially first thing in the morning. Give them what they truly need. Because you deserve to feel strong, not just some days, but every day. 3. White bread toast with butter or jelly. For many of us, there's something comforting about a slice of toast in the morning. It's simple, it's familiar, and it's easy. You pop it in the toaster, spread a little butter or a spoonful of jelly, and breakfast is done. For years, maybe decades, it's been your go-to morning ritual. It feels light, it's not too sweet or too heavy, and it pairs perfectly with coffee. But here's a question worth asking. If it's such a simple and innocent meal, why do so many people feel tired, sluggish, or unsteady not long after eating it? Could something as basic as white bread toast be quietly chipping away at your strength? It might sound unlikely at first. After all, toast isn't candy. Butter and jelly aren't fried food. But the truth is, white bread with butter or jelly is one of the most misleading breakfasts out there, especially when it comes to your muscle health. Let's take a closer look. White bread is made from highly refined flour, which has had the fiber and nutrients stripped away during processing. What's left is a simple carbohydrate that digests very quickly, flooding your bloodstream with glucose. That spike is followed by a crash, and over time, this up and down cycle can lead to increased inflammation in your body. Inflammation may sound like something that only matters for joints or chronic disease, but it's deeply tied to how your muscles recover, grow, and stay strong. And it doesn't stop there. Toast on its own, especially white toast, has almost no protein, very little fiber, and virtually none of the vitamins or minerals your muscles need to stay healthy. When you add butter, you're introducing saturated fat without adding any muscle-supporting nutrients. And if you spread jelly, that's usually just pure sugar in disguise, another blood sugar spike, another missed opportunity to feed your body real strength. So, even though it feels light and easy, that piece of white toast might be robbing you of energy, and over time, weakening the very muscles that help you stay independent. Let's put it into perspective. After the age of 60, we naturally start to lose muscle mass at a rate of 3 to 8% per decade, and the rate increases even more after age 70. This process, called sarcopenia, is one of the biggest reasons older adults struggle with balance, stability, and falls. That's why breakfast matters. Every meal is a chance to either fight sarcopenia or feed it. But here's the good news. You don't have to give up toast. You can still enjoy a satisfying, toast-based breakfast that supports your muscles. It just takes a few gentle changes. Let's start with the bread. Swap out white bread for whole grain or sprouted grain bread. These options are higher in fiber, which slows down digestion, keeps your blood sugar stable, and feeds your gut with the nutrients it needs to lower inflammation. More importantly, whole grain breads contain complex carbohydrates, which provide more sustained energy and are associated with better muscle preservation in older adults. Next, let's talk about what you put on top. Instead of butter or sugary jelly, try one of these. Mashed avocado, rich in healthy fats and potassium. It helps fight inflammation and supports muscle contractions. Natural peanut butter or almond butter adds healthy fat and, more importantly, a good dose of protein, which your muscles need every single morning. Cottage cheese with cinnamon and a few blueberries. Sounds unusual, but it's high in protein, low in sugar, and surprisingly delicious. Hummus or even an egg on toast. Savory, satisfying, and full of strength-building nutrients. You might be wondering if those options are too complicated or too different from what you're used to. That's okay. Change doesn't have to be instant or extreme. It can start with small steps, one better choice at a time. Let me tell you about Edna. Edna is 78 and lives on her own. She's active, still enjoys her garden, and walks her dog twice a day. But a few months ago, she started feeling dizzy when standing up, and she noticed her legs were weaker than usual. She chalked it up to getting old, but her daughter encouraged her to see a nutritionist. They looked at her diet and realized that her go-to breakfast, 2 slices of white toast with jelly, wasn't giving her body anything it needed to maintain strength. So Edna made a small change. She switched to whole grain toast and started adding a tablespoon of almond butter and half a banana on top. She also began drinking a small glass of milk with breakfast for extra protein. Within just a few weeks, she noticed a difference. She felt steadier on her feet, her morning walks were easier, and most of all, she felt in control again. That simple change reminded her that age might slow you down, but it doesn't have to stop you. The truth is, that food is powerful. And breakfast? It sets the tone for your entire day. A weak breakfast, like white toast with jelly, might feel familiar and comforting, but it doesn't nourish your body the way it needs. And when your muscles don't get what they need, they get weaker. Slowly. Silently. Until one day, a simple trip to the mailbox feels harder than it used to. But here's the thing, you're not stuck. You have options, and they don't require fancy ingredients or complicated recipes. Just a little more awareness, and a willingness to try something new. So tomorrow morning, when you reach for that slice of toast, think about how you can turn it into a tool for strength. Maybe it's switching to whole wheat. Maybe it's adding protein. Maybe it's just choosing a topping that doesn't come from a jar filled with corn syrup. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. You deserve to feel strong, energized, and ready to enjoy the day ahead. And that starts with what you give your body the moment you wake up. So don't underestimate your breakfast. It's not just toast. It's your first chance to say to your body, I care about you. I want you to keep going. And that's a beautiful way to start the day. 4. Flavored yogurt with added sugars. It sounds healthy, doesn't it? A cup of yogurt in the morning, maybe with a few berries or a sprinkle of granola. For many older adults, flavored yogurt has become the go-to breakfast. Quick, creamy, and something that feels like a light and smart choice. It even has that little image on the packaging. Strong bones, smiling faces, active cultures, and maybe even a heart symbol. But here's a question to consider. If yogurt is supposed to be healthy, why do so many seniors still feel tired, inflamed, or lose strength even when they eat it regularly? Could it be that the yogurt you're trusting to support your body is quietly doing the opposite? The truth is, not all yogurts are created equal, and many of the ones that seem the healthiest, especially those with fruit flavors or dessert-like taste, are loaded with added sugars that can weaken your muscles over time. Let's break this down. Many flavored yogurts sold in grocery stores contain as much as 15 to 20 grams of added sugar per serving. That's roughly 5 teaspoons of sugar in a tiny cup. When you start your day with that much sugar, it causes your blood sugar to spike, followed by a crash. And that crash doesn't just affect your energy, it fuels inflammation, which slowly breaks down muscle tissue and makes it harder for your body to rebuild strength. But the damage doesn't stop there. Excess sugar interferes with insulin sensitivity, which is already more fragile in older adults. Poor insulin sensitivity makes it harder for your muscles to absorb nutrients and use protein effectively. That means even if you're getting some protein from the yogurt, much of it might go to waste in a high-sugar environment. And worst of all, many flavored yogurts barely contain enough protein in the first place. Some have as little as 5 grams per serving, which is not nearly enough to maintain muscle mass, especially after age 60, when your body requires more protein, not less. So what started as a healthy-sounding breakfast, I had yogurt, so I did something good for myself, might leave your muscles undernourished, your blood sugar on a roller coaster, and your energy running low. But don't worry, you don't need to give up yogurt completely. Yogurt can be one of the best foods for seniors when it's chosen and prepared the right way. You just need to know what to look for and what to avoid. Here's the simplest change you can make. Choose plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt instead of flavored varieties. Greek yogurt is much higher in protein, often 15 to 20 grams per serving, and has little to no added sugar. This makes it a fantastic source of fuel for aging muscles. And don't worry, plain doesn't mean boring. You can easily add natural sweetness and nutrients by topping your yogurt with fresh berries, like blueberries or strawberries. A drizzle of raw honey or maple syrup, if desired, in small amounts. A handful of chopped walnuts or almonds. Ground flaxseed or chia seeds for fiber and omega-3s. A pinch of cinnamon or vanilla for flavor without sugar. This version gives you all the creamy satisfaction, without the sugar overload, and more importantly, it gives your muscles what they need to thrive. Let me share a story with you. Paul, a retired teacher in his early 70s, was trying hard to eat healthier. He had swapped out his morning eggs and toast for yogurt after reading about probiotics and bone health. Every morning, he'd open a cup of fruit-flavored yogurt and tell himself he was making a better choice. But he still felt weak, especially in his arms and legs. His knees ached, and walking up the stairs left him winded. When he finally spoke to a nutritionist, they looked at his yogurt and saw it had 18 grams of sugar and only 6 grams of protein. That day, Paul made a small change. He switched to plain Greek yogurt, added blueberries and almonds, and sometimes stirred in a scoop of protein powder on days he felt hungrier. Within just a few weeks, he noticed real differences. His energy lasted longer throughout the morning. He didn't feel that shaky mid-morning crash anymore. His legs didn't tire as quickly when walking the dog. Most of all, he felt proud, because this time, he wasn't just eating what sounded healthy. He was eating what supported his body. And that's the difference. As we age, every bite we take matters more. Our muscles don't rebuild as quickly. Our digestive systems aren't as forgiving. We need to be smarter, not stricter, about how we fuel ourselves. Yogurt can still be a wonderful part of your morning, but only when it's giving more than it's taking. So the next time you're at the grocery store and see those brightly colored yogurt cups with pictures of strawberries or vanilla swirls, turn them over. Look at the label. If the sugar grams outnumber the protein, put it back. Your body deserves better. And here's something you might not hear often. You don't have to trade comfort for health. You just have to look a little closer. That swap, from flavored to plain, from pre-sweetened to self-prepared, is not about giving up joy. It's about reclaiming strength. Because you deserve a breakfast that's not just easy and delicious, but one that supports you in staying active, walking steady, climbing stairs confidently, and doing the things you love, not just today, but years from now. Let your breakfast serve you. Let it be a quiet gift to your future self. 5. Fruit juices and smoothies with added sugar. For many of us, there's something that just feels right about starting the day with a glass of orange juice. Maybe it's a memory, sitting at the breakfast table, sunlight streaming in, juice glistening in a clear glass. Or maybe it's the idea that juice equals health. After all, it's made from fruit, and fruit is good for you, right? Smoothies, too, have earned their place as a health food. Blended berries, bananas, a splash of almond milk, or maybe a squeeze of honey. It sounds like a nutritious and refreshing choice. It's colorful and convenient, and you can even sip it on the go. But here's a question we all need to ask. If fruit is healthy, Why are so many seniors who drink juice or smoothies every morning still feeling weak, inflamed, and low on energy? Could these so-called healthy drinks be contributing to muscle loss? The surprising truth is that yes, they often are. Not because fruit is bad, but because fruit in liquid form, especially when combined with added sugars, is a completely different story. Unfortunately, many fruit juices and smoothies on the market, and even homemade, are doing more harm than good when it comes to preserving muscle strength in older adults. Let's look at why. When fruit is juiced or blended, the natural fiber is lost or destroyed. That fiber is what normally slows down sugar absorption and helps your body process the nutrients more gently. Without it, the fructose in fruit becomes highly concentrated and enters your bloodstream quickly, similar to the effect of drinking soda. That sudden spike in blood sugar triggers a release of insulin, which then drops your sugar levels rapidly. This roller coaster can lead to chronic low-grade inflammation, a major factor in muscle breakdown as we age. The more inflammation in your body, the harder it is to maintain lean muscle mass, recover from activity, or stay energized throughout the day. Now add in the fact that many fruit juices and store-bought smoothies contain added sugars, sometimes hidden under names like cane juice, agave syrup, or fruit concentrate, and the problem gets worse. A single 12-ounce glass of orange juice can contain over 20 grams of sugar, and some smoothies top 40 or 50 grams. That's more sugar than in a slice of cake, first thing in the morning. Even smoothies that are made at home can fall into this trap. A banana, some berries, orange juice, and a drizzle of honey may sound wholesome, but you've just created a drink with almost no protein, minimal fiber, and over 30 grams of sugar. It tastes good, but your muscles get almost nothing useful from it, and what they do get comes with a dose of inflammation. So what's the fix? Does this mean you have to give up juice or smoothies forever? Not at all. The solution is to rethink how we use fruit in the morning, and more importantly, what we add to it. Here's how you can turn a muscle-damaging smoothie into a muscle-supporting one. Always include a protein source. Add plain Greek yogurt, unsweetened protein powder, chia seeds, or even cottage cheese to your smoothie. Use whole fruits instead of juice. That means tossing in fresh or frozen berries, half a banana, or an apple with the skin, so you keep the fiber. Avoid adding sugar. Let the fruit speak for itself. If you need sweetness, use cinnamon or vanilla extract. Add healthy fats. A spoonful of nut butter, flaxseed, or avocado can balance blood sugar and support muscle cell repair. Portion with purpose. You don't need a 24-ounce smoothie. A smaller protein-balanced drink is more effective and easier to digest. And when it comes to juice, think of it as a flavor enhancer, not a main drink. A splash of orange juice in water is fine, but drinking a full glass daily with no fiber or protein to go with it, that's a habit worth reconsidering. Let me share the story of Doris. Doris, age 74, believed she was doing everything right. She had a fruit smoothie every morning, banana, strawberries, apple juice, and a squeeze of honey. She thought it was giving her energy, but over time she felt more and more fatigued. Her legs ached. She couldn't walk as far. Her doctor found no serious illness, but a dietitian pointed to one major red flag: her breakfast. Doris was essentially drinking sugar and water each morning, fueling inflammation and starving her muscles of protein. When she switched to a smoothie with Greek yogurt, spinach, almond butter, and half a banana, her energy returned within a few weeks. Her legs felt steadier. She stopped napping mid-morning. And best of all, she said she felt more alive again. It's a powerful lesson. Fruit is not the enemy, but fruit without balance can be. As we age, we need more from our meals. Every bite and every sip matters. Our bodies are more sensitive to sugar, less efficient with protein, and slower to recover from inflammation. That's why what we drink in the morning can quietly shape how strong or fragile we feel as the day goes on. So tomorrow morning, before you reach for that tall glass of juice or blend up that sweet smoothie, ask yourself, is this helping my body stay strong? Or is it giving me a sugar high and a strength low? And know this, you don't have to give up the flavors you love. You just need to reclaim them with intention. A creamy, delicious smoothie can be part of a strong, energized morning. It just needs the right ingredients. You deserve a breakfast that does more than just taste good. You deserve a breakfast that fuels your body, respects your age, and supports your independence. So sip smarter. Your muscles, and your future self, will thank you. 4. Practical tips to protect muscle strength at breakfast. Let's be honest, changing habits isn't always easy, especially when those habits have been with us for decades. Breakfast, in particular, tends to be one of the most consistent parts of our daily routine. It's comforting, it's familiar, and that's what makes it so powerful. Because when you do make even small changes at breakfast, those changes ripple out. They affect how your body feels all day, your strength, your energy, even your mood. And after 60, every meal is an opportunity to either support your muscles or slowly wear them down. The good news? You don't need to count calories or give up flavor to support your muscles. You just need a few smart, simple shifts. Here are some practical, everyday tips that you can start using tomorrow morning. 1. Always include a good protein source. As we age, our bodies need more protein, not less. Unfortunately, many classic breakfasts, toast with butter, cereal with milk, or a sweet pastry, don't have nearly enough. What's the fix? Add one solid protein source to every breakfast. It doesn't have to be complicated. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Scramble a couple of eggs with a bit of spinach. Spread peanut or almond butter on whole grain toast. Stir a spoonful of chia seeds into your oatmeal. Have a cup of Greek yogurt, unsweetened, with fresh fruit. Mix a scoop of plant-based protein powder into a smoothie. Protein gives your muscles the building blocks they need to stay strong. Think of it like fuel for your independence. 2. Choose fiber-rich whole grains and fresh produce. Forget the white toast and sugary cereal. They may taste good for a moment, but they don't last, and they do very little to help your muscles. Whole grains, like steel-cut oats, whole wheat bread, or quinoa, are different. They digest more slowly, provide steady energy, and are packed with vitamins and minerals your muscles need to thrive. Pair them with fresh fruits and vegetables, which are full of fiber, antioxidants, and anti-inflammatory compounds. And you've got a breakfast that supports strength and helps protect against age-related disease. Simple ideas. Oatmeal topped with blueberries and walnuts. Whole wheat toast with sliced avocado and tomato. A breakfast burrito with eggs, black beans, and sautéed peppers. Start thinking of fiber as your body's natural cleanup crew. It helps reduce inflammation and keeps digestion smooth and steady. 3. Watch out for added sugar and refined carbs. The older we get, the harder it becomes for our bodies to manage sugar spikes. And yet, many of the most popular breakfasts are full of refined carbs and hidden sugars. Flavored yogurts, breakfast bars, pastries, fruit juices, sweetened cereals. Even healthy-looking options can be sneaky. A fruit smoothie might sound good until you realize it contains more sugar than a soda. How to avoid the trap? Always check nutrition labels. Look for sugar content and ingredient lists. Keep added sugar under 6 to 9 grams per meal whenever possible. Choose natural sweeteners, like a few fresh berries or a sprinkle of cinnamon, instead of sugar or syrup. A breakfast high in sugar and low in nutrients is like trying to build a house with wet cardboard. It might hold for a little while, but eventually, things start falling apart. 4. Hydrate the right way. After a night of sleep, your body is slightly dehydrated. And dehydration, even mild, can impact your muscle function, balance, and even mental clarity. The first thing many people reach for in the morning? Coffee, juice, or sweetened tea. While coffee in moderation is fine, it shouldn't be your only liquid. And fruit juice? Despite its reputation, it's often just sugar water in disguise. Try this instead. Start the day with a full glass of water. Add a slice of lemon or cucumber if you want flavor. Sip on herbal tea, like chamomile, mint, or ginger. If you enjoy smoothies, make them with unsweetened almond milk or water, not juice. Your muscles need water to stay elastic, to contract properly, and to repair themselves after daily wear and tear. Think of it as oil for the engine of your body. You've made it to the end of this video, and I hope by now, you're seeing breakfast in a whole new light. It's not just a quick bite or a morning habit. It's the first message you send to your body every day. And for those of us in our 60s, 70s, and beyond, that message matters more than ever. What you eat in the morning can either quietly weaken your muscles or gently build them up, one meal at a time. You don't have to give up the foods you love. You don't need a fancy diet. Just small, thoughtful changes. A different kind of toast, a better kind of yogurt, a smarter smoothie, can protect your strength, boost your energy, and help you stay independent longer. So take a moment to think, what's one thing you learned today that you didn't know before? And what's one small change you can try tomorrow morning? We'd love to hear from you. Scroll down and leave a comment. What breakfast habit are you rethinking? What swap will you try? And if this video helped you, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Every week, we share simple, science-backed tips designed to help you feel stronger, steadier, and more in control of your health after 60. Because you deserve to feel good in your body for many mornings to come. Thanks for watching, and take good care of yourself, starting with breakfast.